Okay, so starting out in your front yard, you can see that it needs some minor landscaping. These are the things that I would do if I wanted to sell your home for top dollar. I would have these bushes trimmed back. As you can see, they're growing into the driveway. They're huge. They need to be trimmed. Buyers have so much to choose from nowadays. It's sort of a buyer's market out there. So you really want to make your house stand out. You can see this little thing here is sticking off the house. I would have that screwed back in properly. The house is painted, it looks beautiful, the paint looks good. I don't see any issues with that. I would just have the bushes trimmed, have the yard cleaned up, and have the front kind of pressure washed and cleaned. I know it sounds like a lot, so if you don't want to do it, again, just tell me, it's okay. We don't have to, but it will detract from what you can get. But as you can see, whoever painted this front door missed the side, so that doesn't look very good. Or maybe they over-painted some. The outside looks good, but the side is like half painted. So I'm gonna just go through it, okay, and show you what buyers are going to see. You can see here that they put the wrong color sheen paint on the wall. So that's just something that's noticeable. Everyone's gonna notice it. You're missing a light bulb right here. Coming into this bedroom, the first thing the buyers are gonna notice is that there's different tile. So they're gonna see that there's some touch-up paint on this wall and it wasn't fixed. We need to get it cleaned because there's like little cockroaches everywhere, little bugs all over the place. Your wonderful painter has gotten paint all over the window. So these windows need to be scraped and cleaned. I would have all the windows cleaned. If there's anything you do here, get the windows cleaned because that's a huge deal. People always notice that. You can see that the closet rods have paint on them. And this patch job is not perfect, but it is patched, so that's fine, I guess. So coming into this first bathroom, it just needs to be cleaned. I would have this recaulked because it just looks messy. And buyers see that and they're gonna either not buy the house or they're going to ask for money off. You have to sell it for really cheap. This window has paint all over it. So you'll see it's a common thing in this house. All the windows have paint. There's bugs on the floor. Some black stuff on the grout. I would get this grout cleaned. It just looks messy. Like, it looks like it had a problem. And you don't want it to look like there's a problem. Somebody painted down the side of this vanity. So if you can get that cleaned up, that would be great. Or repaint the vanity. Because see, look, someone's replaced this cabinet face and they didn't make it straight, and it's also kind of, I hope you didn't do this, but if you did, it's unfortunately a little bit shoddy workmanship. It should be painted to cover up that it's not finished. So all these light switches have paint on them. The bathtub is stained. To me, it screams like every room needs something, and your competition is going to be new builds that it doesn't need anything. So you really want to make your house as clean and with needing as little work as possible to get top dollar. If you don't care and you don't want to do this stuff, then we need to drastically reduce the price from what you had it listed before. This just needs to be cleaned. Like you can see, there's like food in the microwave. The top of the stove is stained. That needs to be cleaned. Just needs to be wiped out. So there's paint on all the cabinets. If you wanted to get top dollar, you should repaint and just paint all these cabinets. In fact, the uppers look fine. You could just paint the bottom and give it a little bit of like a different contrast. But you really need to get this grout cleaned because the grout is just dirty, you know, and it just looks like it needs work. Not dogging on your house because I know it's not new, but if you want to sell it, these are the things you have to do. You can see that the sink strainers are like old and used and the sink is stained. It needs caulking around the sprayer. And the dishwasher is old and kind of crusty looking, so people are going to notice that. You might consider getting a new dishwasher and maybe just getting rid of the fridge and cleaning those other two and get like a stainless steel dishwasher to match. But this is all money, so I mean, not cheap. You can see in here there's a crack down the wall that's been repaired, but it's noticeable. And then again, same issue with the grout in here and the overspray on paint. It's all over the place. You need caulking down here. This side of this window frame here needs to be painted better. It just doesn't, it looks like what they call Uncle Joe did it. It just needs to be fixed properly. This is broken, so you might want to get that fixed. But we have the same issues in here. There's like dirty windows, bugs everywhere. The trim needs to be repaired because people are gonna see that and say, oh my gosh, the window's rotting out. And there's paint overspray. Same thing on this window. There's also paint overspray on this one. Same here. I tried opening the sliding glass door and couldn't even open it. The grout is missing at the bottom. It's scratched. The window just needs to have all the paint taken off. Here's the fireplace. That looks fine. Yay! Fireplace looks good. The pantry looks good. It's just the grout in here just needs to be taken care of. But it looks good that you guys painted the pantry. I see that you did that and it looks nice. Okay, so going back into the primary bedroom, again, it's got different tile, which people are gonna notice. I would virtually stage your listing, not physically stage it, but with virtual staging, you can show people what they need to do to decorate it and make it look better. This door just looks broken. It's dirty. You can't really tell from here, but it's got paint splashes all over it. And all the windows and doors need to be cleaned. Let's see. I would throw this away. Backyard looks pretty good. Maybe just get the backyard landscaping cleaned up, like the little tufts of grass. That's about it. And then I would possibly get those tree limbs trimmed so they're not hanging down in your yard. Okay. I'm going to assume that we have the same issue here with these windows. Yeah, there's some overspray and they're just dirty. So this one too. I would say most of the windows need something. Then going into the bathroom, this is missing the drain plug. Probably needs to be cleaned. See, it just looks dirty. You got like fingerprints on there. The glass has staining on it. This needs to be cleaned and have all the staining taken off. The inside of the shower looks fine. Okay, then in the bathroom, it looks pretty good. You can see where there was just a little issue here. This bathroom is not bad, but then you got this like stain under the sink here. So you might put a liner under there to kind of cover the old leak so it doesn't look bad. This is, again, if you want top dollar. And you might be saying to yourself, that's fine, a buyer can do that. I'm not gonna do that. And that's okay because they can. You can have a buyer do that. But again, they're not gonna pay top dollar. They're gonna pay closer to, you know, 300 because they're gonna end up putting 50,000 into it. And even though it looks semi-clean, there's still a lot to do. So people are gonna come here and look at these windows and say, oh my gosh, that window's broken. There's stuff all over it, it needs to be replaced. I'm gonna have to replace this. So looking at it from a buyer's standpoint is really smart when you're trying to sell a house, because you wanna see what the buyers are gonna see so that you then know how to deal with them. Okay, coming into this bathroom, you can see that the caulking around the toilet is like removed. That needs to be recaulked. This bathroom, I would just paint all these cabinets. The shower has like paint splashes all over it, so it just needs to be cleaned. Whoever painted and splashed paint everywhere should honestly come back and clean it if you can get them to do it. There's paint splashes all down the side on the ground, and then you can see the grout lines, how they're like black like that. I don't know what that is, but it just looks bad, it looks dirty. Same with down here, like somebody put some kind of maybe gray grout on some of it, I'm not sure, but, or maybe colored it, I don't know. But it's not uniform throughout the house, so it just makes it look like it needs work. Again, in this room, you've got these windows that are dirty. Not bad though. I like the LED lighting that you put in here. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy, but the lighting's nice. But there's no blinds in there, so the buyer's gonna have to put in blinds, so it's another expense that they're thinking. Then if you come into the laundry room, it's not terrible, but you can see that there's been an incident here and somebody didn't fix it properly. Let's see, it's a better view. Coming out to the garage, the first thing I notice when I come out here is all the stains on the floor. So you can see it's got like stuff everywhere on the floors. I would want to get all this cleaned out, use TSP, pressure wash it, get whatever this is out, and then spray it out, and then probably paint the garage floor. I know that doesn't sound wonderful and it's probably expensive, but these are the things that you would have to do to get top dollar in this market. All right, well, thank you for listening, and I will send you an evaluation for price for what I would sell it for as is, and then what I would sell it for if you did all the things that I'm telling you about. I hope you have a great day. Bye.